Carson performance.
Definitely not your normal cup of tea.
Right, you ready?
Yeah. Yes!
It's clearing the screen, mate.
You're gonna have to put a little... There he is. Jack, if you're missing a hamster, let us know. Good morning, you absolute lovely subscribers. Hope you guys are all doing well today. First port of call before we do anything is dropping all your merchandise, which I've got over here. Massive thanks, you guys have been absolute stars. Don't forget, I'm also doing like cheeky little personal notes with every order. If you want to get a little bit of Monky in your house, make sure you do a buy. As I mentioned previously, I've got caps coming out real soon. I've got really nice kind of stainless steel Monky London key rings coming out. I've got new key tags coming out as well. I got 4 brand new sticker releases tomorrow. What is it when you're trailer driving and you've got a massive load? People just keep sort of driving towards you, they're mad. Anyway, I'm gonna pop to the post office now, drop all my bits off. As you probably noticed, I'm driving the van this morning. I've got the Brian James trailer in tow with the Corolla G6R on board. Lots of goodies coming your way, peeps.
5 minutes later.
Sorted. So yeah, all those lovely parcels are making their way to your gaff. Next up, I'm going to quickly go and grab a sandwich. Then yeah, I'm going to head up to the farm, see Mr. Scouse, show him the G6R Corolla and show you guys, because obviously you've only seen it in the night time. I'll start removing bits today with Scouse so we can kind of ascertain what's usable and what's not. But yeah, a cool day of Corolla goodness coming up. So yeah, I will see you down at the farm in about 20 minutes.
Carson performance. Mitto's drift car. German whip.
You guys will probably remember Mr. Lewis had a GT86. Well, he's just done a swap for this pretty cool PS13, which used to be owned by a friend of ours called Chris. Obviously the PS13 is now getting pretty rare and the values are sort of rocketing. Pretty tidy car for the age, nice set of Volks on the front. Looks like Mr. Mitto is probably off to a drift day, I think. Wait a sec, is that Lewis's old car? Oh, that's Lewis's old car. Chris, speak of the devil, I was just showing them your old car.
I know.
And this is your new car.
This is the new one.
Very pip, you've gone modern.
I'm going to find out if it's going to be for the greater good in a few months, I reckon. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, nice to see you, geezer.
Sweet.
Park her up, man. So yeah, that's Chris, the chap that Lewis did the swap with on the PS. Hi! I've been showing off your new car.
Yeah.
Looks sick. Come on, show us quickly, man. Lewis, back to the world of drifting.
Back to the Nissans.
Sick, man. It was quite cool because Chris is happy, you're happy, everyone's sort of become a winner. How many ponies do we reckon?
He reckons 340.
340. Considering it weighs as much as a J-cloth, quite a lot.
Yeah, it'll be right, won't it?
Yeah. Chris said he likes your hearing aid. There we are. Ginger number 1. Ginger number 2. Not so ginger.
Hi.
Are you ready for this?
I'm excited.
You don't know what I bought, do you, man? No idea. There she is. As you can see,
We saw.
the main chain is obviously because the roof is damaged, which means you can't actually repair this car. And the rest of the parts on it, like the bumpers and all the other bits we want to take, are in pretty good nick, I hope. We will soon find out when we start stripping it. Definitely not your normal cup of tea.
No, but it's cool.
Okay, all these straps have now been undone. As you guys saw before, Jack actually removed the battery because I borrowed it off his mum. Scout and I are just going to use the jump pack to get us started. Scouty, cardboard bucket seat awaits you. Cardboard spec bride. It looks like someone's had a horrendous RTA in this, doesn't it? And they come out the windscreen possibly.
Has it got a mobiliser? No. Battery pack might need connecting better.
Take 2. I mean, everything should be where it is. How's that, Scouse?
Yeah, she's
Working?
live.
You start her up. Try again. Next thing we're going to try is a bump start, and Scouse is off already. Let's quickly just show the audience how you do a bump start as well. So basically you put the car in gear, you put the ignition on, you put your foot on the clutch. Once you've got up to speed, you literally just take your foot off the clutch, fingers crossed,
Bump.
It starts. Yeah, that's the idea on a bump start. All right, I'll push you. You all good? No! Fucked it. Aussie Bear.
Right.
Legend.
Right, viewers.
Look at this little beast. Right, we've got quite a sizable battery now.
It's not fully charged. It's got 12.2 volts, which may be enough. But with the 2,
Should be alright.
Teamwork.
Lewis on the old jump leads.
It's been on the Welsh Rally stage.
Yeah, it's a little bit WRC spec. You know the story with it, Loz? A wall fell on it.
A wall?
20-foot wall.
Let me guess, the bin man knocked it down.
No, I don't actually know.
That's a good point, actually. How did the wall fall
Yeah,
down?
how did the wall even get there?
Don't often go down,
That's
do they?
because fucking Jack crashed into it.
I'll tell you a story once, right? I rubbed my truck body on a wall and put a massive hairline crack through it. And it's a single brick wall as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that should do it. Right, round 3. Fight!
Yeah, it worked.
Ah! That's more promising. Right, you ready?
Yeah. Yes! Woo!
I should have a
Nice one.
Yeah, it's not bad, is
Mate, you have just won the award for the best turbo sound in the world.
I don't do it all the time when I drive the Peugeot 206, I promise.
Alright, come on you.
It's nice, mate. I like it. I like these larger doors. They're nice, mate.
Be careful, man. It's aluminium bonnet.
Ah, sorry.
Jesus Christ, Scouse. It actually has the same issue as Georgie's car. Let me know if you've got a Corolla in the comment section. Is this a common issue? The eyelid kind of keeps coming off the eye. Do you see what I mean? Look, quickly show you, Scouse. You've got front splitter, front bumper's different. It's got fog lights in it, different grille. Steering wheel, that's different. There's a little plaque somewhere in there.
Hey, how you doing?
Back rear spoiler, I believe, is the same, and I think the rear bumper's the same as well. The wheels I quite like. I prefer them to the T-Sport ones, personally. What? Mad to think that that's actually in your windscreen, isn't it?
That's in my eye at the moment.
Look at that, it's crazy. Obviously, once it's in this glass, you can't see it. Right.
It's clearing the screen, mate. You can't see how I'm fucking going.
Oh, you broke it.
G6R! The van is coming out. What did you do on the old van, Scouse?
Sean's new sexy beast. It's a little check over on it.
Oh, look at that. What a beast! Sean's been down some walls at some point. While we've been messing about, the car actually did run out of fuel, so we're just going to give it a little push. Whoa! You nearly crashed it! Fuck's sake, look what you just done to it, mate. It was mint when I came here. There we go. Fist bump through the window. Poor car, man. One G6R delivered to Scouse's. I've actually just put a post up on Instagram. I wasn't actually sure if these front brakes were any different to the ones on Georgie's car. I'm not sure if the caliper's the same or the discs are slightly bigger. But yeah, in a second we will check, because obviously if the brakes are identical, there's no point taking them off. If you guys notice the difference here, Georgie's is a 1.3 4E FE. This is a 4A FE, which is a 1.6, I believe about 105 horsepower. Right, let's crack on. G6R is now in the air. We have removed the original G6R wheels, which are in pretty good nick. They could do with maybe a bit of a refurbish, but on the whole, not too bad. I did actually put a post up on the internet. According to you guys, the calipers are the same, but the carriers, the discs and the pads are slightly different. I'm not sure if we're going to be using T-Sport brakes on the front, but we're going to remove the brakes anyway, just so we've got them just in case. One of the side skirts was actually already in the boot. Again, does need a bit of a paint and a clean up, but not bad condition. In a second, I'm going to go around and start removing all these plastic clips. It's very important that we kind of keep all these little bits, because we're not getting rid of the parts that are going to be going onto Georgie's car. While Lou's removing the front disc, I'm going to start removing the front bumper and splitter. Pretty simple to start with, just a little 10mm bolt there. And then we'll try and get everything in baggies as well, so we don't lose all the important screws like that one. Next up, if I just pull this little bit of trim back, but if you guys can see up there, yeah, just about, there's another 10mm bolt hiding. We've also got a cheeky little 10mm just up here. All those bolts have now been undone. Next up, the under tray actually connects to the front of the bumper, so I'm going to start removing those bolts as well. Lou has now removed the carriers and the discs, which you guys can see down here. We're also being quite careful. Like I said, we've got to retain all these bits, so we're starting to just baggy them all up so we can remember what goes where. I think there's some more bolts hiding up here for the front bumper, so I'm just going to start removing the front grille. Quite a cool little grille this. The grille's actually a little bit broken here, but yeah, we can repair that at some point. That should be the grille sorted. There we go. What's quite mad for us is usually we're used to drift bumpers.
Yeah.
4 cable tyres, bumper drops off.
Yeah, I've been trying to look for cable ties for the past half hour.
This is obviously OEM, pretty sturdy. 2 more bolts in there, and I'm going to start removing the headlights as well. Give us about another 4 hours and we should have it off. Oh well, there we go. That headlight's out. Headlights. Pop out. Oh yeah. Got cold brittle fingers.
-5 out here.
There you go. Sweet. One headlight, not in too bad condition. Like we said before, there is a bit of a design flaw with these. The little sort of rubber seals around the edge do seem to pop off over time, so we might just have to put a bit of super glue on them. G6R is now in the air. I'm going to start removing the under tray just to see if we can find out where these other bolts are hiding. Toyota definitely win the record for the most over-engineered under trays. Many bolts have been found. Obviously bear in mind when you're taking these bits off, the car is quite old, it's been weathered. You're going to have to put a little bit more elbow grease in. Fuck's sake. Definitely got a bit of wall in it. We've just removed the fog lights, and if you look here, there's a little 10mm hiding behind these. So yeah, we'll remove those. Fingers crossed, it'll then come off.
1 hour later.
Lewis and I have managed to get the bumper off. Fair play to Toyota though. I mean, as far as like quality control and engineering goes, they do go to town, even with fitting a fucking bumper.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme, but it's off now.
Yeah, sweet.
Full of wool.
Slightly different, obviously, with the fog lights, air holes down here, grill as well. One bumper sorted. Oh my god, look at this, boys. Little mousey. That's crazy that a mouse just came out of the car. Literally, Lou was just about to undo the rear brakes and a mouse just dropped out onto the floor. He's only like a little cute fella, wasn't he, to be fair? Jack, if you're missing a hamster, let us know. There he is. Next up, Lou and I are going to be tackling the rear brakes. Obviously, the Corolla that my missus has drums on the back, and this has discs. If you also look up here, it's actually got a thicker anti-roll bar as well, exactly the same thing on the front. We're going to have to use the handbrake cables and all the sort of handbrake assembly from this as well, because there's a slight difference in length between the handbrake on a disc brake and the handbrake on a drum brake. Right, so that is one of the rear calipers removed. Next up, we've got the caliper carrier.
One carrier. We'll bag it all up so it's all labelled, decided.
Where's our little mouse? There he is. Come on, this way. He's gone. Lee, come on, go and find a little home, man. He's probably very scared, so we'll just kind of leave him to do his thing. Right,
as long as he didn't try and become the workshop mouse.
As long as he doesn't stop eating the fucking wiring, I think is the most important aspect. Right.
Get out of my truck!
You go start your car and trip to bed, it won't start. Back onto the other side. That's the other caliper. Red as well for extra horsepower. I'm told it's roughly 7 horsepower per red caliper. Next up, we're just removing the final carrier. I'll remove said disc. Look at that. Meat. And what time is it? Home time!
Home time.
Lou's favourite time of the day.
Well, not for me anyway.
Nah, you're going to do a bit of work on your new PS13.
Need some TLC, yeah. So.
Right, and that completes the last piece of the puzzle for today's work. Shut that down there. Pucker. This gives you an idea of what we've already removed. So you've got the front bumper, the splitter, under tray we don't need, front and rear brakes, fog lights are down there, headlights, grille, and that's one of the side skirts there. The other side skirt we can't actually remove until we get the car off the ramp. Corolla is certainly starting to look a little bit more stripped. Tomorrow, Lou and I are going to crack on with the handbrake up back and the anti-roll bars, do the side skirt, and then probably drop it down and start doing some of the interior bits. Mr. Lou, legend as always.
You know what I do?
Gaucy, love you, man. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this cheeky little episode, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.